Good morning, Base Guru and chat. Echoey. How are we doing? That's the cozy vibes. Yeah. Probably not for the best, dude. I'm too tired this morning. The thing is, I wasn't even up that late, and I slept pretty good. I'm just like tired. GamerGrind, good to see you. So it'll be like you ended the live stream, and then it's like, no, I didn't. You're lying. It's like it caches something. I don't know. I don't know how it works. It's just not working. Is what I know. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate it. I need to get some more USB ports on my computer.
Welcome back.
Hey, Denali. Hey, man, thanks again for the raid last night. Hope you have a great stream today. Hey, I hope you have a great day today. I appreciate the support. Thanks for stopping in. We're talking game news this morning, so a lot of stuff going on. And Xbox. It just seems like Xbox is always finding a way to stay front and center in the news feed. I find it interesting how they're just like constantly finding a way. Hey, thanks for the work alert. All right. I don't think we have a. There's a trailer we were gonna watch. Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. Excuse me. That one snuck up on me. Animal Crossing back to back. Let's go. This one is a vibe. Once it gets going, like the bass line in it, it's just so groovy. And it's like, all right, cool. Let's just go. Man, okay. I think we're solid though. Well, good morning, chat. Welcome back to the stream, back to the channel. I hope you're all having a great week. It is Wednesday, my dudes. How are we doing? Halfway through the week, almost to the weekend. A lot of game stuff happening over this weekend. We'll get more into that on the news articles. But I do want to check in with you guys, see how you're doing. Hope you're having a great week. If not, let me know. If you are, let me know. Doesn't matter what's going on. Let's just talk about it real quick. While Donald runs away to work. Like he's got some important stuff to do. Some important big boy things to handle. No, I appreciate it. Also, if you're here, wherever you're watching from, if you could open up a second tab on your browser, go to my YouTube channel, and pull up the full screen YouTube stream, drop a like and a thumbs up in the chat, and let me know that you see it, that it's there. As we push for more watch time, I need more engagement. It has helped massively. We had a couple people last night show up on the stream, and they came through via the algorithm recommendations. So the streams get pushed out, guys. It's awesome. It's awesome to see as we try to push for the first tier of YouTube partnership, which requires quite a bit of watch time. So we're pushing for that, and I appreciate the support. Whatever you guys do, and wherever you're watching, don't leave there. Stay there. If you're on TikTok, stay on TikTok. If you're on Twitch, definitely stay on Twitch. It all helps. It all helps, just at a different pace. The big goal is YouTube partnership this year, and we're gonna need a lot of watch time to get there. So if you can, just help out that way. Engage with the stream. I appreciate it. If you're watching anywhere else, appreciate you being there. We're on at least 6 platforms right now, and that's probably where it's gonna stay. I don't think I'm gonna add anything else. That's too many, to be honest. There's too many platforms to hit, and I've already got everything set up kind of like I want it. As soon as YouTube lets me do the dual stream with 2 stream keys instead of the 2 separate streams, that's gonna be like game changer for the entire thing. That's gonna be so much easier. I can't wait for that update to come out, but I don't know when that is. That's gonna be a while from now, from what I assume. But anyway, let's jump into the game news. Again, if you guys find anything interesting in the news stream that I haven't covered, or that you have a question on, feel free to ask, and we'll just jump in. And I don't know if we turn news mode on or off. Hey, Rookie!
Welcome back.
It's been a long time since we've seen you in chat. How's it going? How's things been? Yeah, it has been.
Lizard, 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 lizard.
Yep, I feel that. That's today. I feel like a lizard. All right, had no clue if the news mode was enabled or not. To be honest, it doesn't make sense. The Switch will say it's off, and then it's on, and then it'll be on, and it's actually off. Or it says it's off. I don't know. I gotta revisit the logic for that, because it's kind of wonky. Anyway. Let's grab a different playlist, and we'll jump into the news. Alright, let's start with this first topic here. Alright, Fallout 4 launches on Switch 2. It gives us a better glimpse of the wasteland. Bethesda has released a new launch trailer for Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition on Switch 2, celebrating the release of what might be the ultimate version of the post-apocalyptic RPG. Gives a proper look at some of the characters and locations you'll see on your journey through the wasteland. And while the recent announcement trailer admittedly did little to excite us, this one's pretty darn cool. The Anniversary Edition contains the main game itself, along with 6 official expansions, including Far Harbor, Automatron, Nuka World, and more. Also, over 150 club creation items included in the bundle, so plenty to tinker around with. We'll have our own review of the game soon. So yeah, a reason I included this here, I don't know if we want to watch it or not. I'm not big into Fallout, but apparently this this trailer and this release is looking a lot better than what Skyrim did on Switch 2, which is kind of important because it's all Bethesda. But hopefully they can, get their optimization pipeline on Switch 2 figured out, and we'll start seeing more ports of like Xbox One and early Xbox Series titles over to Switch 2. Especially like games like Fallout 4, Skyrim. It'd be cool to see Oblivion remastered hit Switch 2. And so I'm hoping these games could come over, because these would have I believe they'd find an audience on the Switch. Plus, there's no reason not to, right? The Switch 2 is more than capable, even at a locked 30 FPS or 40, which is apparently what they're offering now. 30 or 40 FPS, which is great. Because more frames are better than less frames, as it goes in the world of gaming. But anyway, yeah, so I thought it was cool. I don't necessarily want to watch this trailer, but we do have a trailer to watch later. Oh, okay, so yesterday Insomniac decided, hey, Wolverine comes out September 15th, we can share it with you. They're trying to get ahead of GTA. It seems September is going to be a big month for Insomniac and PlayStation, so we'll get Wolverine officially out. Release date reveal. Very nice. Don't loop. But that's cool. It's nice to have a release date for this game. Better than not having a release date, you know? Alright. We got another announcement from a PlayStation game. Hunters, we know you've got questions about the upcoming playtest. So here you can find the most important answers to get you ready. So the closed test is this weekend, which, if you've been keeping up with everything, the Marathon Server Slam is also this weekend. So I don't know how they're going to manage this, and it seems kind of weird to have your playtest and your Server Slam for two of your live service games that require players to be online, and they can only pick one thing to do at a time. And yeah, it's two games, it's two different audiences, but there's bound to be some overlap, and you'd think they could have pushed this to just one weekend out and not this weekend. Find it strange. I don't know. It feels kind of a little like self-handicapping going on here. Like I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. It's just okay. I hope both do well, and I think Marathon's going to have the bigger turnout. But the closed test, I mean, obviously it's closed, so there is a limitation on the number of people. But this is on PS5 and Steam. Interesting that they would choose the same weekend as the Server Slam for Marathon. I don't fully understand. You know, very odd. All right, let's talk about Xbox. We got some news. There's an interview coming up with Asha, and I believe Matt Booty's also in the interview as well. We'll read through that article together, but we'll start with this. Xbox co-founder believes it is being sunsetted in favor of AI, calls the new CEO palliative care doctor. I don't know what this word is. Palliative? I don't know. Anyway, Seamus Blackley believes Microsoft's gaming future will be dominated by generative AI. So we'll kind of restate what we just read. Xbox co-founder Seamus Blackley believes that Microsoft's gaming brand is being sunsetted, and that its new CEO has been brought in as a care doctor who slides Xbox gently into the night. The game designer and industry veteran made the comments in an interview. Palliative care means we know you're dying, we're just trying to keep you comfortable. So it's like hospice. We could have used hospice. Thank you for clarifying, Denali. I appreciate you. I could have looked it up, I guess. I could have, defined this. Anyway, the game designer and industry veteran made the comments in an interview with GamesBeat, in which he reacted to last week's news that former AI executive Asha Sharma is replacing Phil Spencer in a major shakeup of Xbox's leadership team. Blackley, who left Microsoft in 2002 after launching the original Xbox, said that he believes Sharma's appointment over those with a background in video games indicates that Microsoft's gaming future will be dominated by generative AI. He also praised outgoing boss Phil Spencer, who he said likely had been worn out, spending a long time managing the beast so that he could continue to try to do the right thing for games. Words are hard. It's very true. Satya Nadella has made an incredible number of bets and invested an incredible amount of money and credibility in the transform model AI future. Blackley said Xbox, like a lot of businesses that aren't the core AI business, is being sunsetted. They don't say that, but that's what's happening. I expect that the new CEO, Asha Sharma, her job is going to be as a palliative care doctor who slides Xbox gently into the night. It just seems really true, he continued. I imagine asking somebody if it made sense to put a major motion picture studio into the hands of somebody who didn't like movies, or a major record label into the hands of somebody who'd never seen a live show. Why would you do that? Well, you only do that if you're looking at the problem in a more abstract way. The natural consequence of the focus on AI is that AI abstracts every problem from the minds of the executives who believe in it. We're abstracting the problem of games as well. There's a core belief, and you can see it in what Satya said, that AI will subsume games like it will subsume everything. See, I don't like this statement. I don't... You know, the current CEO of Microsoft believes this, that AI will subsume everything, and is like, it's just not comfy to think about. Xbox co-founder said he believes that whether or not you agree with generative AI, Microsoft is ushering all of its business units towards it, including gaming. That is in no way surprising, he said. It would have been shocking if they had somebody in there in a meaningful role who was passionate about games, passionate about the creator-driven business of games, because it would be in direct conflict with everything else Microsoft is doing. So this is where I think Phil Spencer was up against the wall, and the same thing with AI will not subsume everything. It might be integrated into a lot of things. We're a long way from everything. Who is the real AI? That's right. This is just all a hallucination that I convinced AI to come up with. But this is what I think. This is why I think Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond left. They were up against the wall. They're passionate about gaming. They were doing their best in their roles, and it's like, look, we don't like the AI future. We're out. Believe me, as a robot, I've tried to subsume everything. Microsoft is a company that's now about enabling its customers by enabling AI to drive things. That's at odds with the auteur model of any art, but specifically of games. Microsoft doesn't have the problem that Apple does or that Netflix does, where they have an auteur-driven content model to manage. Games are the only place where they have a content business. In her joining statement published last week, incoming CEO Sharma specifically highlighted AI's future role within the gaming division, claiming that Microsoft won't flood its games with soulless AI slop. AI has long been part of gaming and will continue to be, she said, noting that gaming needs new growth engines, but that great stories are created by humans. Blackley, however, dismissed the comments as what every single person who's been brought into games from other industries has said when they're hired in every press release, probably going back longer than you and I have been in this business. He also shared some advice on the new Xbox boss, urging the exec to leave this job soon if she can't develop a passion for games, and urging her to speak to former games leaders for advice. If you want to look for people to emulate, you look at Shuei Yoshida, he said. I tell her to go and spend a day with Shu, go and spend a day with Peter Moore, go and spend a day with Phil Harrison, and go and spend a day if you can with some of the guys from Nintendo. Find Reggie, spend a day with Reggie. Go and talk to those leaders about how they succeeded and failed in the business. Learn from them. Don't try to make it up on your own. Go get the data. They're all out there. I'm sure Reggie, there's a recently departed executive from Nintendo who might be very interesting for her to talk to, right? That would be my advice. Go talk to all of those people. Which, I mean, Seamus is right. If she does go talk to some of these former leaders in the industry, she could learn a lot. And I do agree, if she doesn't develop a passion for games, that might be a problem down the road where she goes, oh, well, AI can figure this part out. And it's like, oh, wait, hold on. You know, we don't know for sure. I think I'm all for giving people a chance, let time tell. But I kind of understand Seamus's perspective here, where he knows Microsoft from the inside. He worked there for a long time, and developing the original Xbox was already like a challenge for them. They did it kind of behind closed doors and presented it as like a passion project, which I don't think you could get away with at Microsoft now. Everything has to serve shareholders. Everything has to have a purpose. Everything has to be, hey, Dan, I'm waving at you. Good to see you. My Overwatch buddy there. We have yet to play a game together since the new update. But Instagram didn't show me that you messaged me. Hey, see that headline? I want to say so much. No, Siri, nobody's talking to you. I want you to say a lot. I think that's good. You should say a lot. Anyway. But where was I? Either way, I don't know if Xbox is on the out and out, but it definitely feels like it has been. And we're going to have to just play the wait and see game right now. I mean, her first day as CEO was Monday. So we're kind of going from there. We have a lot of wait and see to play. If it's not good, it's not good. But I have been involved on the consumer side of Microsoft for a long time. I can tell when they're pulling the plug. You know, it's almost a feeling you get, and it's very similar vibes right now. So if they are pulling the plug, well, dang, you know. Yo, Dan, thanks for hitting that Prime sub button too. Thank you so much. We've picked up some Prime subs lately. It's super awesome. But yeah, I'm not doom and gloom, but I do pick up the vibes that Microsoft has been putting down. So Asha Sharma has also been criticized for her gamer score and her Xbox account. So she explains 10K gamer score on new Xbox account. So she responds to concerns over her Xbox gamertag profile in recent social media posts. Following Phil Spencer's retirement announcement on Friday, February 20th, Asha Sharma was named EVP and CEO of Microsoft Gaming. In an attempt to familiarize herself with the Xbox player base, Sharma replied to players on Twitter, letting them know that she hears their concerns and wants to recommit to core Xbox players and re-strengthen the brand. In one of these tweets, she shared her gamer tag. Internet sleuths quickly searched the profile and felt it was artificially boosted to enhance her appearance as a relatable gamer. She didn't expect her profile to become a big deal. Responding to IGN's Ryan McCaffrey on Twitter, Sharma claimed that she didn't expect the gamertag to garner so much attention. She also responded to concerns that AI, the department at Microsoft she previously worked in, is being used to write her posts, saying she agrees with those who claim that faking her affinity for gaming would be a bad thing. She says her account racked up more than 10,000 gamer score and played such a wide variety of games because it was a shared account at home. That has since been fixed. So that's kind of funny. She set up her gamer tag, I guess, on an Xbox where her kids are also playing on it. You know, which is funny. I would never, as a dad, and a gamer who sees the importance of his own saves, grew up with a little brother who would overwrite his own saves. Yeah, no, you're not playing on my account. That's my account. You get your own account. I also didn't expect my gamer tag to blow up, and the reality is more boring. I created it recently to learn and understand this world. I played with my family, and it's a shared home account across devices, which you can see in the range of games and achievements. Fix that this weekend, and everyone is only playing on their own gamer tags, she said, before reaffirming that her goal is to return to the roots of Xbox and make the brand stronger for sure. So Ryan McCaffrey says, do I believe AI is writing Sharma's post? No. Do I believe that an experienced gamer on the Xbox team may be helping her sound more like a real gamer with her social media replies? Yes. Do I think it's a bad idea for her to try to fake this? Yes. Yeah, it is. People know. People can smell it, right? Like there's an aura that you give off when you're faking it on the internet, and people can detect the BS from a long ways away, I should say. Smart Alec, good to see you. Thanks for popping in, man. How's it going? How was your stream last night? One of the games that Asha Sharma's profile had 100% completed was Firewatch. Sharma has claimed that the game deeply resonated with her, and she wants to make emotionally impactful content like that at Xbox. It's funny that any Microsoft employee would not automatically want a separate account for every family member on every type of device. Well, it's even funnier when you realize that a lot of the higher ups at every big tech company keep their family off of their own products. You know, Xbox might be the exception because it's video games. But you hear about, like, you know, a lot of the social media CEOs and leadership don't let their kids use their products until they're older. And they don't let their kids, like, access, like, smartphones and stuff. But I guess the exception would be Xbox. Maybe if you worked at PlayStation, your kids would, you know, play PlayStation. But it was, you know, it's a situation I find interesting. I just think it's funny. She made one gamer tag. It's like, you kids play on it too. Knew a lot of folks who stopped eating at fast food restaurants after working there, for sure. Stream was good, made fun of, bullied, the usual. Everything's here. Dude, they're good. We're talking game news. Just chatting about the Xbox leadership shakeup and the new CEO's recent statements on social media with gaming media. Denali, thanks for the work, Lyric. Enjoy your meeting. But I'm glad your stream was good. I'm glad you're doing good. Okay, where were we? I'm totally derailed. It's fine. So make it emotionally impactful. Okay, so yes. So she has at least played some games. At least that's, you know, that's what we can see. And her sharing her gamer tag with her family is admittedly kind of a newbie mistake that I could accept. You know, I don't really care. I know. I think my brother-in-law does the same with his kids and his Xbox account. Now, if he gets banned, good luck, bro. I have done the opposite and made my kid an Xbox account with its own email, lockdown, parental controls, and all the things related to that. I would never let my kids get on my account directly. Glad things are good here. You're coming to reach this year. That's the plan, dude. I got a creator code for people looking to get tickets. I don't have it on the game news overlay. I probably should add it on here just to remind people. I guess I could pop it on here real quick. All right, let's just take a little side journey while I'm thinking about it. Let's see. Copy. And paste. Reference. There we go. There it is. Yeah, I know. We need to meet in person. We absolutely need to meet in person. Brent, happy Wednesday, man. Okay, this is the big article. This is where we got to lock in. Because there's look at, I don't know if you guys could tell how big the scroll bar is. It's a little cut off. Yeah, so you guys can't tell. But it's very tiny. But Jez Corden got an exclusive interview with Asha Sharma and Matt Booty to talk Xbox. So let's go through this. This is I'm interested in what they had to say and interested in your reactions, as well as I'm looking to be surprised. Will it work? Do you need a lurk? Much love though. My lurk is an active one. Thank you so much for the lurk, Smart Alec. It's good to see you. Oh, featured chat needs to be on top of that. There we go. All right. Well, you have a great day at work, dude. We'll be live for the next 30 minutes or so. So I hope your day gets off to a good start. Grab some coffee. Be productive. All right, and we'll jump into this. Jez Corden, thank you so much for this article, by the way. Good job snagging this. As former Xbox CEO Phil Spencer prepares to exit, we caught up with incoming CEO Asha Sharma and newly promoted CCO Matt Booty to learn about what the future holds for Microsoft's gaming operation. As of February 23rd, 2026, Xbox has a new CEO. Asha Sharma is taking over from Phil Spencer, who is set to fully retire from the business this October. Spencer has been instrumental in turning Xbox from a Microsoft oddity to a pillar subsidiary, bigger in some quarters than Windows itself, but times have changed. Xbox is facing some of its biggest challenges yet, as disruption from non-gaming entities threaten playtime hours and evolving user behavior and sentiment bottlenecks interest in traditional video game play, in quotes. Sharma's task will be figuring out how to guide Xbox through its next era, as conversations around artificial intelligence dominate this discourse, and Xbox's place in this strange new world is continually questioned. I briefly caught up with both new CEO Asha Sharma and the newly promoted Chief Content Officer Matt Booty to discuss what Xbox's next decade looks like as we head through the division's 25th year in operation. That's right, this is the 25th year of Xbox as a brand. On the return to Xbox and a commitment to Xbox hardware. In her opening letter, Asha said she wanted to bring about a return to Xbox. I asked exactly what that means, since it effectively implies that Xbox has begun to stray from what Xbox is. I'm going to get tired of saying Xbox in this article. I need you guys to know. Sharma volunteered an emphasis on Xbox's core, and specifically its beleaguered console platform, which has seen a few fiscals of near constant decline. She's quoted as saying, "For me, the spirit of Return to Xbox is about returning to the spirit that the team was founded on. It's that spirit of surprise, the spirit of building something nobody else is willing to try. I've heard renegade, rebellion, and fun used. That's what I was thinking about when I wrote that." And that goes back to what we're talking about with Seamus Blackley, and how that team kind of locked themselves, behind the scenes, out of sight, and worked on a project kind of against the grain of what Microsoft was doing at the time, just to see if they could get it to work. And when they finally had a working prototype that they could show and kind of sell the vision on, that's when they showed Xbox off internally at Microsoft. And I think it was a pretty hush-hush project at the time. And I think stuff like that, if she wants to get back to that, there's going to need to be a lot of autonomy and creative freedom that doesn't make its way up to the shareholders calling the shots on what projects get worked on and approved, right? There's going to have to be a lot of that. And there's a lot of studios within Microsoft now that have to be allowed to be super creative and do stuff that they haven't done before, or try things that maybe don't make sense in the first phase of attempt, right? And I don't know that Microsoft in its current state would allow that much at all. Like, I just don't see that. The way the gaming industry is shaped right now, maybe with smaller teams that have a focus on one or two things that they want to try and attempt, maybe that's the goal. But if not, and things are just going to continue as they are right now, yeah, that rebellious spirit, that fun, is going to be hampered by potential return and shareholder thoughts, right? Sharma acknowledged the investment Xbox fans and customers have poured into the ecosystem over the years and seemed genuinely keen to emphasize her commitment to the console hardware. I think that our core Xbox fans and players have invested up to 25 years of themselves in these universes and our console. I do want to... Oh my gosh. We went off the rails there. I do want to think... I put this into perspective. As I've gotten older, thinking about playing Xbox games, playing video games for the last 25 years of my life, you know, that's a lot of time that you don't get back. And it's like, as things start to devolve and turn into super safe and corporate, like, entity sponsored things, gaming has become stale in a lot of ways for me personally. And so I think that's one of the reasons nostalgia is so good, is because we go back to what worked, and we can go back and re-experience what worked as much as we want. You know, I don't have to be beholden to a new release to enjoy video games. There's a lot I didn't play back in the day. There's a lot last generation I didn't touch. There's a lot this generation I have yet to play, you know? But a lot of the newer stuff I'm trying to avoid because I just have very little interest in what's on offer. I think all consoles will be delayed in terms of development until RAM and GPU stabilizes. No reason to release hardware is out of people's budgets, and also stock issues. Oh yeah, for sure. That is for sure the thing. Okay, let's continue. I want to make sure everybody knows I'm committed to Xbox, starting with the console. See, I like that. That sounds good. We're going to keep meeting players where they are. The world continues to evolve and change. We're going to make sure Xbox is a great place for developers and players. We want to invest in reducing the artificial divide between different types of devices that they want to use with us. I think it's going to mean a lot more investment in breaking down the barriers and helping developers build once and show up across different hardware experiences. For me, I believe Xbox starts with its fans and will grow from there. That's what I wanted to signal with the return to Xbox. So, keeping the hardware front and center, but also making sure that the different types of devices are taken care of is a bit interesting, because the whole everything is an Xbox push kind of messed up how we thought about consoles, and it definitely was a signal that Microsoft wasn't as invested in hardware. And I don't know how they could talk out of both sides of their mouth here. You know, I'm not saying she is. She's just coming in and having to accept what currently is and where she thinks maybe the business could go, right? And I'm not saying she's wrong for that. She you know, she's coming in and having to deal with the current state of things. But with that, the dedicated hardware is almost pointless right now. With multi-platform releases and everything else, the reason I would buy an Xbox right now is because of my existing library and the potential to play PC games via Steam and Epic and other game stores with very minimal configuration and setup. That is appealing. That's what I want the next Xbox to do. And it looks like that would be the case. They wouldn't have invested this much time and effort into all of that if it wasn't for those things, right? And so what I want what I want to understand is how she can kind of break down that artificial divide between different types of devices, but tell us that Xbox is a great place for developers and players. Like, does that mean the box to develop for, or the platform is kind of agnostic? You know, like, I want to know what that means in the long term. Okay, so Jez goes on to write, there's been a ton of speculation about what kind of moves Asha might make. Xbox notoriously ditched any form of exclusivity on its games, shifting units to PlayStation, paying little mind to the criticisms that it reduces the need to actually buy an Xbox. Sharma told me that nothing's off the table when it comes to revising Xbox's strategy, but finalizing the strategy will take time and data parsing. On Xbox's recent strategic decisions, Sharma said the plan's the plan until it's not the plan. That's fair. She's just coming in on this. She can't change what's already in place. I mean, she could, but that would be horrible. But the looking at data and finalizing the strategy, multi-platform is on the table 100% of the time. They have made too much additional money off of releasing games on PlayStation and Switch to not continue to do so. And that's not a bad thing, but it does actually minimize console sales. Because if I have a PS5 and I know Xbox games are coming, I'm not buying an Xbox, right? It'd be the same if PlayStation started releasing their single player exclusives on Xbox. I'd be like, okay, I can wait. We're gonna wait on PC anyway, so it kind of looks like if the next Xbox does run Steam, you'll just wait and it won't matter, you know. All right, we'll go on. Let's see. She goes on to say, right now, I need to learn candidly about the why of these decisions, what we were optimizing for, and what the data says about Xbox strategy today. That's the honest answer. I'm looking at lifetime value, not just what happened in a previous moment or in short-term efficiencies and things like that. The plan's the plan until it's not the plan. And that, again, that's the only way she could really proceed without completely disrupting the entire thing. Yeah, Death Stranding's a great example. They make too much money putting it everywhere. Additional money. Xbox players have thousands of dollars invested. Oh wait, we skipped a paragraph. Sharma described how her and Matt Booty are currently going on a whirlwind learning tour of all of Xbox's gaming teams, with studio and org visits pending for Minecraft, Bethesda, Activision, and more. Matt Booty cautioned that players shouldn't expect drastic changes in the near term, though, while emphasizing that the team plans to re-examine and question everything. Xbox players have thousands of dollars invested in money and time too. It's incredibly important for me to understand that and protect that, Sharma said. I'm committed to returning to Xbox, and that starts with console, that starts with hardware. You will hear more about that soon. We'll have some announcements coming up. You'll see us collectively investing here. We also know there are a lot of players who aren't on console or our hardware, and I want to deliver great games to them too. I need to learn more about what that can look like and what decisions were made, what we need to do going forward, and I want a little bit of time and space to do that. Absolutely. Like, that's not unreasonable. It's a little almost too much what we want to hear. Hey, Supersonic, good to see you. How are you doing this morning? Welcome to the stream. Matt Booty chimed in too on protecting the Xbox ecosystem and rejected speculations of Microsoft gunning for its gaming division to devolve into a publisher. Our studio system is fully built around being first party. We're not built to just be a publisher, Matt Booty explained. It's core to our partnership with the Microsoft platform being involved in early hardware decisions. All the work we've done to get games like Gears of War running great on new devices like the Xbox Ally and so on. It is embedded within our structure. We're not backing away from that. We're committed to being first-party games publisher in partnership with our first-party platform team. Again, he's been around the business. He knew what the plans were, at least as far as his position was concerned, before being promoted. So I would trust that that's facts as far as he knows, right? And the first-party side of it means not so much console exclusive, but just Windows and Xbox first, and foremost, and then PlayStation and Switch 2 and whatever else, shows up or is relevant at the time. I also think they're going to, hopefully, if they're trying to meet people where they are and push mobile, that means the cloud service gets some improvements and that they start selling like a cloud only subscription to Game Pass, or maybe just an xCloud subscription that gives you access to just your library on cloud and whatever that means. So it looks more like GeForce Now, I guess. All right, on preserving Xbox Game Studios culture and rejecting AI created games. One of the big issues facing the game industry all up right now is finding new users. Xbox and other big platform holders are effectively just trading the same few 100 million core users back and forth, with attention being divested to apps like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and other algorithmic non-gaming products. I asked Asha Sharma if she planned to explore new paradigms for Xbox to that end, but she once again signaled intent to double down on Xbox's core. The thing about other products that are taking off, they've built really great communities with their audiences. We're the stewards of a lot of communities and have been for decades. The thing that makes a community is that you build for that core. What I don't want to do is have any creator at Xbox dilute their focus and chase an emerging community. Sharma explained, if we want to invest in a new community, we'll look at how to do that, but it's really important that people stay true to their core when they're building. The thing I've learned when building platforms over my career, there's kind of two things that really make a great platform. It's the quality of the product that you deliver for the core user, and it's the integrity of the decisions that stand behind it. There's a big community at Xbox, and we'll look at the right way to serve that community. By gosh, I hope so. I mean, it'd be great if they listened to some of the bigger like Xbox creators out there. I'm not in the group with them, but a lot of us that have been doing like news coverage and gaming coverage on our channels have been saying some of the same things about Xbox, and our hopes are kind of all aligned. Some people would disagree, maybe take that disagreement into consideration, but I think a lot of us want the same thing. We want Xbox to continue to be successful, but we don't want to feel like all of it is irrelevant to what we've invested in as far as the platforms and our digital libraries go, if that makes sense to you guys. And I don't speak for everyone, I can only speak for myself. I just notice where a lot of our thoughts and opinions do line up. A lot of discourse around Asha's appointment revolves around her tenure in Microsoft's core AI org, whose mission is to integrate AI features into Azure tools. I asked Asha how she felt about artificial intelligence and the discourse regarding that surrounding her appointment at Xbox. She says, I think that with any new technology, it brings possibilities as a tool, but even more important, especially now, we need to draw lines on what we won't do. That's what I attempted to do when I shared my opening letter, she explained. I will not flood our ecosystem with slop. We won't have careless output. We won't have derivative work. I deeply believe in the words that I shared previously there. Matt Booty put to bed rumors that Microsoft is planning to enforce some kind of AI directive on Xbox from the top, noting that developers are free to use the tools they want. Says, we've got no pressure from Microsoft. There are no directives on AI coming down yet. Our teams are free to use any technologies that might be beneficial, whether it's helping write code or check for bugs. Things more in the production pipeline. At the end of the day, as Asha said, we're committed to art made by people. Just as a group, game developers are always eager to adopt new technology. When Photoshop showed up, it took about 1 month for it to appear in every game studio on the planet because it was so useful. Matt noted that Xbox's goal is for AI to be additive and supportive rather than disruptive on its teams. Noble goal. I really hope that's the case. I hope they don't deviate from that at all. What I hear throughout our studios, it is the people, our artists, our coders, the writers. They're doing the creative work in my experience. Anytime there's a new technology, what happens is there's a need for more specialists, new specialists. It raises the bar on what the expectations are for the quality of the games. And then we've got no pressure from Microsoft, no directives, coming down. We just read that quote. On the topic of art, I was curious if there were plans to diverge Xbox away from its more eclectic publishing stylings and double down on chasing blockbusters. Some of Xbox's biggest games like Overwatch and Fallout 76 have seen a huge resurgence over the last year, and other titles like World of Warcraft, Diablo, and Call of Duty continue to see impressive engagement, But will there still be room for the smaller, more intrepid, and potentially niche creative Xbox studios in this new era? Matt Booty says that type of creativity remains core to Xbox's gaming philosophy. Oh, excuse me. The first conversations Asha and I had when we first met to do all of this, to her credit, she immediately emphasized supporting our studios and our games. Our ecosystem is built to be a portfolio of everything from small games to ongoing franchises to the big blockbusters. We're built at our core to build everything from Kiln to Call of Duty, everything in Minecraft to South of Midnight. That's core to how we're set up. They do have so many studios that they have to they have to find a way to make that work. And like I said earlier, like as long as they've allowed those studios to have creative freedom, then you know, that's great. You get everything from Minecraft to South of Midnight. Matt said that Xbox thinks of itself as a federation of studios supporting each other both creatively and technologically. That's great. I think we've got one of the best portfolios out there, even in the entertainment industry more broadly in terms of that range. We're dedicated to it, and here's why. I believe that almost everything big started as something small. We cannot lose the ability to have those places where little sparks can grow into something big. The creative environment that lets us take bets and creative risks has to be part of Xbox's culture. We're committed to our studio system. Our studio system is built for that. Excuse me. I guess I've been talking too much this morning. This is a lot to read. See, the best thing about my job is sitting in on meetings when they're just early ideas. You can imagine what it's like sitting in a room and someone says, "We're gonna make a game about a walking lighthouse," Matt said, referencing Double Fine's Keeper. And then I go from that to review the next 3 years of Call of Duty. It's been great to hear Asha state her commitment to that as well. Nice. Oh man, we're like not even halfway through this. Oh, there's just a lot of... Okay, we're almost done. I just needed to know because I was looking at the time and everything else. Excuse me. So sorry, chat. Okay, building the next 25 years of Xbox. Jez says, I didn't get the chance to ask everything I wanted to ask. There are so many questions about Xbox's future and its strategy. So many levers that could potentially shift and so many angles that could potentially warp. I wanted to ask more about Xbox Game Pass and its future in the ecosystem, what role Xbox Cloud Gaming stands to play, and obviously, whether or not we'll eventually get a new Banjo-Kazooie. A very important question, Jez. But those questions will have to wait for another time. Drat. In closing, I asked Asha Sharma what she would say to Xbox fans who have worries and concerns about the changes as we bid farewell to Phil Spencer, who inherited a very different Xbox back in 2014. Ambrew, welcome in. What's up? Good to see you. Oh my gosh. The talking has really caught up with me this morning. Okay. Where were we? Quote, Phil Spencer is a remarkable human and a remarkable leader, and I think that when he took over in 2014, he changed the culture of Xbox to focus on player-driven and creator-driven decisions. I intend to honor and uphold that. Sharma didn't shy away from the challenge facing Xbox both externally and internally, but volunteered the idea of strengthening Xbox not just for the near term, but for another quarter century. In her words, Sharma said her current goal is proof over promise. We know that the business has gone through some challenges. I'm going to use my expertise and the leaders that have the deep gaming depth around the table to help us grow the business and make sure that we have an incredible next 25 years. I will listen, I will learn, I will communicate what we're seeing and what we're doing. I think from here, the work is proof over promise. Matt and I are in it every hour of every day, of every night. I'm fully in this thing. This team has brought it back before, and I'm here to help us do it again. Well, there you go. Optimistic, reasonable, not too concerning right now, right? It's in a good spot. It's in an interesting spot. We'll find out as the year goes on what decisions get made, what things get changed. I don't think anything drastic is going to happen through maybe fall of this year. Maybe holiday season, we get some surprises, we get news. Obviously, this is going to continue to dominate the news cycle. Just every time either of these guys say anything, there's going to be a news article write-up about it. We still have a lot of questions. I mean, Jez even said he didn't get to ask every question he wanted, but he at least got to ask some of the big questions and got them out of the way. So those responses were good too. I'm not as skeptical, maybe cautiously optimistic as I was before. I'm a little more encouraged that, you know, it feels like they're taking a grounded approach to taking over. However, there's still a lot up in the air. You know, what is the commitment to hardware? What is the commitment to exclusives? What is the commitment to first party outside of this year? You know, what is that going to look like? And hopefully we get those answers. You know, will Game Pass, you know, is Game Pass changing? I saw something about potential for, and we've heard it. Excuse me, we've heard it and wanted it for a long time. World of Warcraft coming to Game Pass would be insane, right? If a WoW sub comes to Game Pass, I might play WoW. You know, I would resub to Game Pass for that. At least for a little while. It depends, right? But yeah, that's like the biggest news right now is these guys and Xbox, and it will be for a while. This is a huge deal. And how would you feel if the company completely ditched consoles and went all software and PC? Well, here's what I think. The next Xbox is essentially a PC, right? It's a Steam machine, just Windows. And I'm actually looking forward to that, as long as I can still access my older games. If my older games are inaccessible because of the new direction, then that's absolutely crap, because all of the backwards compatible work that they've done and platform work that they've done to make sure games like just work going forward is for nothing. They threw all of it away. And why would you do that? You know, the reason I've stuck with Xbox is because my digital library is so large. Like, everything just goes to PlayStation. Yikes, you know. Yeah, Amber, thanks for the rose. Appreciate it. But, yeah, that's wild. Also, that wasn't supposed to make any noises. Take Finity to just be doing whatever it wants. Alright. Anyway. Alright, let's move on before I run out of voice altogether. Alright, Amazon. No longer publishing Maverick Games' open world driving game. A new report reveals Amazon has released Maverick Games from its publishing agreement. Amazon has two big games in development with Crystal Dynamics, the Tomb Raider remake and the next installment of the mainline series. Along with that, they were also in a partnership with Maverick Games to publish their open-world driving game, but those plans have now changed. In a statement to the game business, an Amazon Game Studio spokesperson revealed that the company has decided to release Maverick Games from their publishing agreement. The company will focus on projects that take advantage of Amazon's unique strengths and scale, which includes the recent relaunch of Luna and the Tomb Raider franchise partnership with Crystal Dynamics. The spokesperson mentioned that Amazon Game Studios has a great respect for the narrative-driven driving experience that Maverick Games is developing. They believe that this decision will enable the developer to find a publishing partner whose strategic priorities are more closely aligned with bringing their game to market. I'm not gonna read the rest of this. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about this one. But this reads like Amazon Games has they bit off more than they could chew, and the board is like, nope, you gotta cull this back. And the Tomb Raider thing is kind of a guarantee for them almost. I say nothing's really guaranteed, right? But it does seem like they're going to have a better return on Tomb Raider, the remake and the new one. And so they're kind of culling this. I mean, they've canceled so much in the last year at Amazon Games, and now this is just another thing. At least the game isn't terminated. You know, if they can find another publisher or self-publish, then that open world driving game can still come out. But what is the cost of publishing for these guys? I don't know. AI and low quality games ruining a lot of games. Companies taking the lazy route and not listening to fans, players makes it even worse. Oh yeah, AAA gaming is in a bad spot because of because of companies being super safe and only publishing like the big franchises and stuff. So Amazon's doing the same thing. It's true. Amazon's King of Meat shutting down just 6 months after launch. Okay, this is one of those games that we all saw the trailer for and went, nah. Kind of like Kiln. We all watched the reveal for it and went, nah, that's not it. That's not for me. That's not gonna last. So King of Meat has announced it will shut down in April. The game was released less than 6 months ago. An Amazon Games release, the Dungeon Crawler X Action Brawler hybrid King of Meat launched in October 2025. It was a rough launch described as disastrous. No, a rough launch would be, hey, things didn't work quite right, but people are playing the game. Disastrous is Concord. 2 months after the game's launch, several developers at Glowmade, the game's development studio, were laid off. Sounds like Highguard. As of this writing, there are 11 concurrent players on Steam, and the game's all-time concurrent player peak was 320 on November 15th. The game has announced it will be shutting down and players will receive a full refund. The game just did not look interesting. And I hate that I judged it, but you gave me a trailer, you showed me something, and I went, that looks weird, I'm not into it. And I wasn't the only one, apparently. Indie is taking off. Yes, indie and like AA games are going to be what carries the industry for the next few years. King of Meat plans to shut servers down in early April. King of Meat servers will shut down on April 9th, meaning the game will be offline just a few days past the 6-month mark. The development studio thanked the players who gave the game a chance, but ultimately admitted the game did not find the audience it was looking for. I mean, that's the breaks. When you do a service game, a multiplayer focused title like this, that's the risk, right? You could have a cool idea, and it's very silly, and I'm sure there were people that liked it. There just weren't enough people that liked it. And I hate that it happened that way, but it is what it is. You know, I hope they all learn from this, and if their studio gets dissolved or shuts down or whatever, maybe the developers can find a better idea to work on. I don't know. I hate it because they put work into this. They believed in this. But it just didn't hit. It didn't hit me from the trailer. I was like, that looks like it could be fun, but it also looks like it's not very fun long term. All right. Let's talk about Overwatch Rush. Blizzard unveils brand new Overwatch Rush game. New announcement has arrived for Overwatch Rush, a new hero shooter for mobile devices. Yes, it's on mobile, but it's okay. Check it out. Let's just watch the trailer. It's 3 minutes of gameplay.
Here we go. Run here. Right. Okay, remember, we're here to win.
Ah, we got it. Nice.
Awesome shield. There we go.
Yes, this is the one we needed.
We're in.
It literally just looks like top-down Overwatch.
Charging.
And I'm okay with this. Like,
We'll check
on
the
mobile,
side
that
room.
makes
Let's
sense.
hold it. Hey, there they are. There they are.
Get behind.
It's like if
there we
Overwatch
go.
was a
They're pushing
MOBA,
hard.
which it kind
Right on
of,
the
you know, it
side.
does have MOBA vibes.
Oh, they've just. Oh, we have to get out.
Get in there.
But it looks very
Right.
much like a
Right in the
third-person
middle. Break a
top-down
shield, break a
shooter.
shield, break a shield. Yes, yes.
Charge in, charge in.
Make him regret it.
Nice. Oh my god, that was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're getting fair. Nice. Well done. We wiped them all.
Oh, so
Yes.
What an amazing shot.
See, Reinhardt saved the day.
That was fast.
But if you listen carefully, you can hear them rage right now.
good. Yes. Let's see if they come back from that.
You can see the.
I'm wondering if I can use a
no,
controller or if
away.
I have to use the touch controls.
Let's take them here.
Ah,
If there's
that's
no
like
controller
chaos
support,
back
I
to Sticky.
probably won't play this
My health
much.
is down.
He's on the ground.
Ferris down. Ferris.
I get a little carried away.
We're in chat.
I
We're
had to
with
get
no
out,
audio
sorry, I had
needs
to get
support.
out, I had to get
Hey,
out.
Ginger, thanks for being here.
Okay, let's regroup.
Sorry.
This is
That was my
Overwatch Rush.
There,
It is a
He's
top-down
out of line.
Overwatch game
Reaper,
for
Reaper,
mobile.
Reaper. Oh.
It is literally just top-down third-person Overwatch.
Oh, Reaper, how did he escape?
This is an early build.
Inches away.
We need to kill this Reinhardt.
We've got him again. We've got him again.
All right.
I'm ulting.
I'm gonna heal in the back line.
Nice.
But it looks fun.
Make him regret it. Make him regret it. I got Reaper in the side room.
So we got
Oh,
a
yeah,
little
let's go
little
get
over a
him
minute left.
Okay. I'm gonna stay with Reinhardt. Come back, rather on the point, on the point.
Okay, yeah.
Ryan's
I'm coming,
shield
coming.
looks cool, but the other Ryan has a different
Up,
shield, so it
this-
looks like you can like pick
Watch the
perks like you can in the main game, but
Remember,
like
Mercy to
beforehand.
I healed Tracer.
Like
I
you can
healed a
build
lot.
out your character.
Healing.
We'll jump back to the article and see what it
I'm
says.
constantly healing.
Oh, I dropped him.
It is it for the win. This one counts. Come on. Here we go. Alvin, middle.
Fair.
This would be cool if that
Oh,
was the
fair
view
enough,
that the
fair enough.
commentators had during like the Overwatch League.
Come on. We got this.
If they just had a camera on the server that had this view, dang.
You're still there. Okay, coming.
Regroup.
Running,
I'm
running.
giving them a little bit of grief. Who needs a tank?
I'm on my way back.
Just compose yourselves.
I can ultimate.
Yeah. Okay, we got this.
Why are they staying grouped up on the
Composure.
point like that?
Focus.
Do they have
I'm
to
halfway
stay
my
on it?
ult. I don't have much.
Mercy, where are you? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Taking the 10, taking it now. Go behind me. Help.
Getting Lucio, getting
He's
Lucio.
saying
Lucio,
help.
Lucio,
I feel that
Lucio,
takes so
Lucio,
much
Lucio.
help.
Up, the ultimate.
Yes. Nice.
Oh, that slow is brutal. Oh, where's the Reaper?
Reaper's on the point.
Oh, go.
Not, he's dead. He's no more, he's dead. Oh, maybe I yeah.
Yay.
Not around. Let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
Yes,
Noobs.
Yes.
Nice.
Why don't they? Well, they have a different view.
Too easy.
GG.
They had no chance.
I agree. This will be awesome on Switch. So this looks cool. I'm very excited for it. Just because it's something different that's still Overwatch related. See, it's an in process early development game developed by Blizzard and separate from Team 4. Team 4 will continue to focus on the main title and provide new experiences for both PC and console players. Developers announced that this is an entirely new game and not a port, emphasizing it has been created specifically for mobile players. The game is currently being tested in select countries and regions. Interested readers can join the official Discord for updates. Additionally, players can view early development gameplay of Overwatch in the video embedded below, which we did watch. It does look cool. I would like to see it succeed. I think it would be fun. It kind of has that Call of Duty mobile feel to it, where it's the same but different. You know, it's familiar but optimized, and I'll play it. You know, I don't know if we'll stream it. If it doesn't have if it doesn't have controller support, I don't know how much I'm gonna play it. I'll be real honest, but I will try it and we'll check it out and we'll see. Maybe we'll get into like a beta or something. If they do a public playtest or whatever, that'd be awesome. But I thought that was cool. Overwatch has been killing it lately, y'all. I feel like they really did recover a lot that was lost. A lot of goodwill was restored with that season 1 reveal and everything. All right. Simpsons Hit and Run prototype. Simpsons Hit and Run and prototype studio Radical Entertainment has returned. Simpsons Hit and Run and prototype developer Radical Entertainment has relaunched as New Radical Games. There have been almost no updates on the Simpsons Hit and Run and prototype franchises for a very long time. The last we heard about prototype was some potential evidence that a remaster could be in the works. We also saw a mod that took Simpsons Hit and Run. Now the developer behind both these games has relaunched. Spotted on our gaming leaks and rumors, Radical Entertainment has relaunched as New Radical Games, a mix of the old company and Hothead. The new development studio will have Ian Wilkinson, the co-founder of Radical Entertainment, as CEO, and Tim Bennison, a former COO at Capcom Game Studio Vancouver, will join as COO of New Radical Games. Regarding services, New Radical Games will offer work for hire for full game development, mobile and console development, co-development, porting, and remastering. They have also listed all their games, including The Simpsons Hit and Run, Hulk Ultimate Destruction, Scarface, The World Is Yours. They really like subtitles. Crash Tag Team Racing, Crash Mind Over Mutant, Crash of the Titans, and Prototype. Hothead also has a lot of games under its belt, including Killshot, Bravo, Hero Hunters, Super Hit Baseball, Box Office Tycoon, Sid Meier's Civilization 4 Mobile, Big Win NHL, Big Win Soccer, Big Win Basketball, Big Win Baseball, and Big Win Football. I've never heard of most of those. Hey, Adi, good to see ya. In other news, the developer of Styx has thrown shade at Ubisoft's stealth brands. Additionally, the Highguard developer Wildlight Entertainment has been funded by Chinese company Tencent. Okay, this is just unrelated. I got to remember after the break. there's like nothing in the article most of the time. But this was kind of cool. You know, I like seeing like an old studio come back. It's like it felt like Radical was gone, and I think they were. Now they've revived somehow, and that's super awesome. All right. Speaking of studios closing, Nacon faces closure after filing for emergency insolvency. Nacon, a major French publisher and holdings company, has this morning revealed a dire situation. In a new press release, the company has revealed it has filed for insolvency after its parent company, Big Ben, entered a period of financial difficulty. In the release, it was stressed that Nacon will need to undergo a rapid implementation of financial restructuring to survive and has requested a judicial reorganization review to facilitate this. Nacon's available assets are now substantial enough to meet its due liabilities, and it will now assess critical pathways out of this situation. Weird and kind of surprising. The company shares have ceased trading on the Paris market, and a court hearing has organized for early March to review the next steps for the firm. Nacon was founded in 1981, dabbling in publishing software and peripherals over the years. It famously had a stint of distributing Sega's Dreamcast consoles at the turn of the millennium. The company was originally known as Big Ben Interactive, but it restructured in 2019, consolidating resources under the new Nacon banner to bring together a dedicated gaming brand. Big Ben Group became the majority shareholder in Nacon, assuming control of more than 76% of shares. This insolvency threatens a whopping 11 studios, including Spiders, Daedalic, Big Ant, Cyanide, and Kyloton, all of which sit under the Nacon banner. Cyanide's best known for the release of Styx Blades of Greed. Big Ant is a studio focused almost exclusively on sports titles. Kyloton is most recently released Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, which I did not know. Adi, you'll have to DM me. This is not the time or the place. Let's see. I did not know Nacon had published this title. Spiders is the developer behind Greedfall, and Daedalic infamously developed Lord of the Rings Gollum. Oh wow, okay, so they had some like licensed stuff under their belt. The company is yet to deliver on the publishing and release of multiple games, which are all here. Discord would probably be the best. Okay, Nacon's employees were notified of this news yesterday, February 24th. Nacon has promised to keep the market informed as the situation and proceedings develop. It's kind of out of nowhere because they also make hardware, right? Like they make controllers and stuff. So that would suck if they shut down. That's for sure. All right, well that's all I got for the game news this morning, y'all. That's everything we have on our plate. If there's anything you guys have come across that you find interesting, let me know. We have Friday's game news to look forward to as well, and a big episode of the Gaming Roundtable on Friday. I'm very excited to be a part of, hopefully. Hopefully Ginger hasn't fired me from the show yet. But anyway, yeah, that's all we got. Let's see. Come back to just chatting. Anyway. Let's see. All right. Yep, that's it. So let's find somebody to raid out to. I do have to get to work. I've gone over a little today, but we had a lot to cover. So let's find somebody to raid. Let's just make it easy. We'll send it over to where's he at? Lano at Reforged Gaming. He's live right now. He's going through the same article we just went through, so y'all can get his take on it and what he thinks. And yeah, we'll just leave it at that. You guys have a great day. I appreciate you. Love you. Thanks for all the support lately. If you guys haven't already hit the subscribe button, hit it. Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow night for some Pokemon. Y'all have a great day. God bless, and see you soon.